This is the Boston Celtics news feed for Saturday, April 20th, 2019. Reporting from Boston, Massachusetts, I'm Corey Prescott for CLNS Media, the leading online provider for audio-video coverage of the NBA's winningest franchise. The Boston Celtics matched their road win total from last year's postseason run by beating the Indiana Pacers last night, 104-96. More importantly, the Celtics take a commanding 3-0 lead with a chance to end their first-round series on Sunday with Game 4 in Indiana. En route to becoming the first NBA playoff team with 3 wins, the Celtics discovered something obvious that they didn't possess last playoffs. They've been able to combine the young scoring talents of Jaylen Tatum, who had 18 points last night, and Jaylen Brown, who had 23 and 8 and 9 shooting, to everything that Kyrie Irving brings to the table, particularly his ability to close out games in the fourth quarter. Irving had 6 points and 2 assists in the final frame as the Celtics shot 53% from the floor and outscored the Pacers 24-23 in the fourth quarter. Irving talked about the Celtics' ability to close this one out after the game.
Well, I think that the confidence is just at a very high level when we know what everyone's capable of on the floor. As you saw down the stretch, everyone made some big plays. They were little things in the grand scheme when you think about it, but they were big plays. An offensive rebound here, a tip out here, getting back in transition. Those are all the things that you need to do in order to really guarantee yourself a win. And we understood that they were playing with a desperate mentality. Didn't want to go down 3-0. Game 4 is going to be even higher intensity. But this is a great stepping stone for us to continue to go after the big picture, and that's just keep getting closer and closer to 16 wins. That's all it takes.
Did you place a wager on last night's game? If you did, I hope you went through clnsmedia.com/win or you used the code CLNS50. You would have received 50% cash back on your first deposit through betonline.ag. That's betonline.ag. You can also bet on your mobile device, and BetOnline also hosts live in-game betting. Although Brad Stevens has been adamant about his team remaining focused on the task at hand, it's hard to imagine that Celtics players aren't thinking about what's lurking next should they take care of business against Indiana, and that's a second-round series against the top team in the Eastern Conference, the Milwaukee Bucks. The sooner the Celtics close out the Pacers, the more rest they'll gladly receive in preparation for MVP candidate Giannis Antetokounmpo and the rest of the Bucks team. The Celtics and Pacers tip off on Sunday at 1 p.m. The last time the Celtics swept an opponent, the 2010-2011 Celtics swept the New York Knicks in the first round. Joel Embiid is listed as doubtful for Philadelphia's Game 4 matchup in Brooklyn today, which begins at 3 p.m. Embiid has been bothered by a sore left knee, but was able to play in the first 2 games of the series. He warmed up before Game 3 on Thursday night before it was decided that he could not play. Today's games include Philly at Brooklyn. Philly leads that series 2-1. San Antonio plays host to Denver. San Antonio leads 2-1 with tip-off beginning at 5:30 p.m. Milwaukee will look to go up 3-0 against Detroit. That game begins at 8 p.m. In the late game tonight includes the Rockets and the Jazz in Utah. Houston will try to go up 3-0. Here's a brief look at last night's NBA playoff results. In addition to Boston's win at Indiana last night, the Toronto Raptors outlasted the Orlando Magic 98-93 on the strength of Pascal Siakam's 30 points. Toronto now leads 2-1. The Oklahoma City Thunder got on the board against the Portland Trailblazers, winning 120-108. Damian Lillard and Russell Westbrook continue to do battle. Lillard scored 25 of his 32 points in the third quarter, while Westbrook scored 33 points to go with 11 assists. Excited to say today's news feed is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs. You know LinkedIn. Chances are it helped you get noticed for a job in the past. Well, if your company is looking to hire for a position, and like the rest of us, you don't have time to wade through countless resumes and letters and references, turn to LinkedIn Jobs. Customers rate LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires. Post a job today at linkedin.com/garden and get $50 off your first job posting. Take the guesswork and the busy work out of hiring. You've got enough on your plate. That's linkedin.com/garden. Terms and conditions apply. Follow CLNS on Twitter at CLNS Media as well as at Celtics CLNS, and be sure to head to CLNSmedia.com. Subscribe to the Celtics newsfeed both on iTunes and Stitcher as well as the CLNS mobile podcast app. This has been Corey Prescott for Celtics Newsfeed.